There's an actress like this. Even after 28 years since her debut, her beauty hasn't faded. But at the peak of her career, she suddenly chose to step away from the spotlight. She is Jessica Alba, an actress who tore off the label of sex symbol to break free from being seen as just a pretty face. At 18 years old, Jessica, who debuted as a child actress, received an offer from director Rodman Flender. She took the lead role for the first time in the film Idle Hands. Although she gave a decent performance, the movie ended up receiving rather average feedback. As a result, Jessica Alba was labeled just a pretty face. To prove herself, she started pursuing a serious acting career to break free from that label. At the age of 22, the movie Honey premiered. We got to witness her incredible dance talent. With her hot dance moves and youthful image, she became the dream girl of countless men. However, her weak acting skills and emotional expression still couldn't free her from the just a pretty face label. So Jessica began a 2-year journey to train in dance. At 25 years old, she appeared in Sin City as a dancer. Although it was a black and white film, her seductive and graceful presence on screen broke the boundaries of black and white visuals, and she became a Hollywood sex symbol. However, fans still felt her role lacked depth and kept calling her a pretty face. Seeing 2 years of effort go to waste, Jessica began thinking about giving up. But just then, a new director named Josh Trank approached her with a role in his new film. She was cast as a woman with superpowers. Even though it was a completely new challenge, Jessica decided to let go of her past doubts and chose to push her limits and reinvent the character. That's how the story of Fantastic Four officially began. However, what no audience expected was that the movie grossed over $330 million worldwide. The Invisible Woman, played by her, impressed with a mix of innocence, charm, and resilience. She became a classic icon in film history. The movie's success not only helped Jessica through a tough time, but also marked her transformation from a girl to a woman. 2 years later, Fantastic Four 2 was released. She reprised her role as the Invisible Woman. The film continued the momentum of the first one and brought Jessica Alba to the peak of her career. Everyone thought another Angelina Jolie was about to emerge. But in the second year, she surprised everyone by marrying film producer Cash Warren. The two met during the filming of Fantastic Four. Because during the hardest time in her life, it was this man who quietly supported her. From then on, Jessica focused more on balancing her family and career, and gradually shifted toward business. But later she realized the reason she chose to marry and step away from the spotlight was rooted in her decision to break free from being labeled a pretty face. Through this choice, she used marriage as a bridge to escape Hollywood's constraints, and used her business success to erase the label of just a pretty face once and for all. She proved that women can realize their worth in many different roles. Just like she once said, success isn't defined by others. It's about creating your own path.